Alright guys, I'm just gonna put this down here. I got a music channel. I know that loads of people don't find me interesting, or do find me interesting, but nobody actually finds my music interesting. But if you do, if you want to check out, please do. My first ever single came out with Martin Brody, a parody of The Ballad of Bilbo Baggins. Please check it out if you haven't. It's only got 19.5 views at the moment. But anyway, make sure to subscribe to my music channel, and if you don't, that's okay, it's up to you. So, this channel called Craig at the moment is a music channel on YouTube. It's all about all songs that are connected to Craig's videos and more. Make sure to check it out, and yeah, let's go back to the video.
Oh, I didn't know you were here. I'm gonna do a series, a mini series on June time about, Jaws 1 to 4. Have you seen Jaws, everybody? If you haven't heard of Jaws, well, you're probably thick, because everybody knows about Jaws. Even when I was a kid, about the age of, well, not really a kid, but when I was a toddler, I was scared of sharks. I know that every single young person might be thinking, oh, yeah, sharks, they're scary, because I don't know why. But then they grew up thinking, I know why, because my parents are scared of Jaws, or my parents are scared of Jaws, and worse, Jaws, a shark. So, yeah, I was scared of this, even though I didn't know it was a thing. And, many kids nowadays grew up with Baby Shark and think, oh, Baby Shark, that's wonderful, and stuff like that. So about the lawnmower where it's making a noise. Because my next door neighbour is mowing a lawn and I don't know how to shut up. But I mean, yeah. So yeah, this is the Juno Jaws, everybody. I'm so sorry if you see any reflections on the cover of the DVD, but this is Jaws. Jaws 1 to 4. Think about it. And I got the whole entire box set, as you know. So we're going to discuss about Jaws 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Today I'm going to discuss about, talk about, or my view on the first ever film that made cinema history, and it's nothing to do with Marvel, nothing to do with Star Wars, and sadly nothing to do with, well, other classic films that I like and you like probably. It's about Jaws, seriously. Other, blockbusters at that time was like really, but this was a big thing. You know what? As machines go, this probably made less noise than what's going on outside. So my next door neighbour is mowing their lawn, and I'm so sorry about that, but hey ho, weirdos out there. So if you're watching this video, guys, I'm so sorry, but could you shut up with your mow lawn? It's just annoying. So this is what I think of the first movie, Jaws. Jaws to me is really, really good. I like number 1 and number 2, and that's it. Number 3 and 4 is, well, 3 is, and 4 is rubbish. But people have their different opinions, and even though opinions come across to different viewers, I'm thinking Jaws is already rubbish anyway. People say that 2, 3 is also rubbish, but I mean, like, 2 is good in a good way, not in like a meh whatever way. But I do like 1 and 2. 1 and 2 is the best, and 2 and 3 and 4 is like rubbish. So I don't know how I can disagree about this film. I don't know. So George, what can I say about George? Shut up. This is gonna be in the whole entire video, sadly. So I don't know what to say about Jaws, because I mean, like, my favourite bit about Jaws is that when I was a kid and I watched it when I was originally 12, and it was my favourite thing. Like when I was in the shower, not really in the shower, but sometimes I had a bath when I was a kid, when I was 12, and I often played. No, not really play, but I kind of played and kind of not played when it came to when I was 12. And I took the mickey out of Jaws. I was a huge Jaws expert. I wasn't a fan. I wasn't like a huge Jaws fan or anything like that. I'm not 80s and 70s persons or kids, so I don't know. So, but I mean, like, if I do like Jaws up to this day, I hugely love Jaws. But why is it still doing this? I don't know. But look, I'm sorry. The shark is not working. The shark is not working. I just watched all this behind the scenes of Jaws, even on the first movie settings bit. You know when sometimes you have the behind the scenes stuff, and some of the bits they say, especially the one who plays Hooper in Jaws, he says, "The shark is not working. The shark is not working." I like it how the lawnmower outside is driving me crazy. So I mean, like, everybody else who made this film, obviously, was so cheesed off with, you know, everything else to do with shark, and it was really, I don't know why, because if I was on set, I'll think, calm down, you lot, okay? And this is, and for some reason, Steven Spielberg thought that this movie was going to be rubbish, and everything else, like the producers, editors, well, not really editors, but everybody else thought this is not going to go good. But when they made the film, it was a big thing in the 70s, and in the 80s it wasn't really a thing. They just took the mickey out of it, and then 90s something like the same. So I mean, like, you know, 70s were a big thing, not just Star Wars, not just to do with the hippies and stuff like that, but it was also to do with Jaws. And some say that they don't want to go in the water because of, you know, this stupid thing. So I'm just saying that I hugely love Jaws. I'm not saying I'm a fan of it. I'm not. It's like Star Trek. I love Star Trek to bits, but I'm not a big fan of it. I'm a fan of Stranger Things and Star Wars. That's it so far, anyway. If you're watching this in 2024 or probably 2030, if YouTube's still a thing in the future, I'll probably be a fan of something else. But I mean, like, you know, but I hugely love Jaws, and I'm like, you know, even, you know, 1, 2, and 3 is on there, and like the fourth one's rubbish. But yeah, so this is what we're gonna do in the whole entire month of June time. So June of Jaws. I was gonna say Jaws of June, but it makes no sense whatsoever. So put the June of Jaws. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, so the story is, so Christy dies, and the boyfriend doesn't really know until later on, the next day or 2 days later, and Chief Brody comes along and say, "Oh my God, it's a shark attack or boat attack," but he doesn't know it's a shark attack yet, and the boyfriend doesn't know it's a shark attack, and we don't even see the boyfriend later on. Sorry if you can't hear me, the qualities on the video is a little bit rubbishy, so I'm so sorry. But yeah, Hooper and Quinn comes on later on, because there is lots of situations at the beginning of the film. It's just like Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory and all those sort of films, when they had to put stuff at the very beginning to sort things out for later on standards. That's what kind of movie it is. So I do like the idea with Jaws. I haven't read the book or anything, so I don't really know what the book is really all about. But I know the book is different because, well, not because books are originally different than the film, but I mean, like, I know that some bits in the film are different because in the film they just at sea non-stop 24/7 or something like that, but in the book they go back forth, land sea again, so and keep on searching for the shark, and everybody got killed but not Brody, alright, but in the film just 2 survived, so so I do really think that the film was really good. I know that people keep on thinking, we keep on seeing lots of mistakes and stuff like that. I see lots of mistakes in every single film I see. So it doesn't really matter about Jaws because I know that some mistakes in some 70s films like the Poltergeist or what it's called. The Exorcist has got loads of mistakes in that. The Poltergeist has, especially in like, I don't know, the 4th one, the 3rd one or something like that. That was a really rubbish one. You know when they're in this sort of hotel place or something like that. I don't really watch the film, but I watched the film, later on when I was a kid, in a different country because I went on a holiday and stuff like that to my family. Other parts of my family in another country, it's a long story. But I mean, but I watched loads of 80s, 70s, 60s, 2000s, 2010s. Most films from the 2010s, noughties and now, not really good, but some are really, really good. But anyway, Jaws. So, what do you think? Do you hate this movie? Do you like this movie? What do you think of it? I do think that these are one of the best series of all time, film series. But they should have stopped it at the 3rd bit, not the 4th bit. Seriously, why they made a 4th one? Lots of money. So, yeah, please check out the film series if you haven't. So, I mean, so there's a James Bond villain in this. Not because one of the James Bond villains is called Jaws, not because of that. He's in Happy Gilmore. But another James Bond villain is the one on the train in Russia with love or something like that. Anyway, so he plays Quint in this, and by Robert Shaw, I think it was. His name is. And Hooper, I wish he was probably. If I was like a fan scription or fan story maker or whatever, I'll make sure he'll put him in the 4th one. Or if there might be a 5th film, they're highly likely there won't be. But I'll put them in 4 or 5. You know what to do with bum 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 Jaws. So but no, it doesn't come out in the 3rd one. I don't want him to be. I don't want him to be in the 2nd one. But I guess he needs to be in the 3rd one, 4th one, probably. I'm not sure. But I do like characters like that who need to be in another film in the Jaws franchise. You know what I mean? But nope, he doesn't come back, obviously, so that's a shame. But yeah, I do like this film. I feel like it's really, really good because I'm not really telling. Okay, so this month I'm not really going to tell the story because everybody knows the story, and if you don't know the story about Jaws 1, 2, and 3, and 4, you got a problem because you probably haven't seen a movie in your life, alright? And all you lot new kids and new teenagers like me, I'm not really new, I'm old, but if you haven't seen these sort of movies, you're probably, missing out because it's not like Friday the 13th, and it's definitely not like, other scary films. It's one of those, thriller ones, but you can deal with it. And if you can't deal with these sort of films, well, you got a problem. But I mean, but do you? But I do like Jaws. I think I've done it best with the bits in the film with at the beginning you didn't see the shark, but you can tell the shark's coming by the wonderful John Williams music. He also done Jaws 2, apparently. I do like, out of all the Jaws films, I like number 2. Probably because that's the only Jaws franchise sort of film that shows somebody's emotions, and he can't deal with the fact that something to do, I can't really remember, but something to do with Brody. He has this sort of annoyance, and he's having a mental breakdown, and I feel like apparently in real life the actual actor had a mental breakdown, so it's not really him acting in the film, it probably was legit. But I mean, like, but I do like the second one, but I think that this one's better, even though it's not my favourite out of all the Jaws films. So yeah, I do like Jaws, but I can watch it a lot, and there's always something different when you watch these sort of films. Some films you just see it all before, obviously, but there's some bits you haven't seen before in a film, so that's really good with this film, Jaws. That's all I want to say. I do think that this film is one of the most famous, the famous best films ever made, and if you search up Jaws, it won't come up with the one out of Happy Gilmore or the James Bond villain side of them, you know what I mean? It would just come up with the shark, boom, boom, boom. So yeah, it's really popular. It's like Alice in Wonderland, the 2010 version. It comes out, with Google. It just comes out with that version. It doesn't come out with any other. So, so Jaws is really popular, even on the internet. So, yeah. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. I didn't talk about the plot, really, because I just didn't feel like I have to, and I don't think I have to deal with the second one, third one, fourth one, because everybody watched all the George films, hopefully. If you haven't, well, please buy it, and then you understand. Alright? Anyway, see you all next time.